Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels. Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade. Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
Welcome back to Prairie View A&M University's Baby Dome, otherwise known as the William Nick Center, for match 2 of the Southwestern Athletic Conference semifinals. Game 1 was just an incredible match. Let's go ahead and break down the brackets and let you know how we got here. On yesterday, Alabama State took on Bethune-Cookman. They advanced to take on Jackson State today after they won over Alabama A&M. Jackson State takes it in 3 for Coach Rose Washington's retirement. Man, what an exciting game. And here in Game 2, Prairie View A&M defeated Texas Southern 3-2 in simply an electric contest. And Florida A&M blanked the Grambling State Tigers 3-0. Prairie View taking on Florida A&M to get to the grand finale. It has been just a great tournament, Charles. Tamika, I tell you, these teams are really going to go at it tough.
Yes, they are. This is a very solid matchup. Two teams that are full of hitters, have a great defense. The setter runs a great system. But today, Kylie Owens, who went off yesterday, Coach Yilmaz and his crew will try to do a few things to disrupt her. Everybody else is going to have to step up on offense to do their part. Then Prairie View will have to serve tough. FAMU had a more balanced attack yesterday. They'll have to serve tough, and then they need to win the long rallies. That FAMU defense is relentless, led by the tenacious libero Brooke Hudson in the back row.
If you are Coach Cherie Lindsay, what do you tell your team before such an important match?
Take it 1 point at a time. Try to get to 5 first, then get to 10 first, and then get to 15. Cannot think about the whole match. You can't already be on tomorrow. Point by point, focus on what we need to do for all 3 contacts.
The defending champions, what do they have to do to win this game?
FAMU will have to put up a good block on Kylie Owens, give her some different looks. Everybody needs to step up. Isis Williams can't go quiet. Brooke Hudson still needs to lead the back row, be calm and collected in her spot, helping her teammates to get to their spots. And then Brooklyn Watts in back row, sometimes she can be a liability. Brooklyn Watts will have to play a complete match against this tough Prairie View A&M offense.
Charles, you're over there on the bench. What's the atmosphere like that on both sides?
Tremendous atmosphere on both sides. All the Prairie View faithful are really sitting on the edge of their seat around here. I tell you what, yesterday, heart-stopping game with Prairie View and Texas Southern. FAMU with a very workmanlike, straight set performance over Grambling. So I'm looking forward to a great matchup today. Both teams are out quickly. The starters for the Florida A&M Rattlers, Brooklyn Watts, Caitlin Scroggins, Isis Williams, Camila De La Rosa Herrera, Emerald Jacobs, and Milani Thornton. Brooke Hudson is the liberos. The starters, Tamika, for the Panthers of Prairie View A&M.
Number 5, Jacqueline Nino. Number 6, Kirsten Atkinson. Number 10, Bailey Hewitt. Number 12, Janiyah Henderson. 19, Kylie Owens. Number 20, Leah Lawson. And number 22, Nia Walker.
Here we go with the action starting already. Nino sets it up. Lawson, right side, Atkinson putting it up, chasing it to the back is Brooke Hudson. Here comes the Panthers, a block from Atkinson, and the Panthers draw first blood, 1-0.
A little bit of a scramble early. Emerald Jacobs just underneath that ball. Not much she could have done with it. Brooke Hudson, like I said, relentless. She was going to try to do something with the ball.
Here comes Lawson with the serve. Owens saves it. Hewitt keeps it going right in the middle, and just a real easy attack there by Nia Walker. She scores for the Panthers.
Leah Lawson just popping that ball over. Not sure she meant to do that, but either way, it's scored.
Yeah, looked like an accident, but I'll take it. Lawson on the line. The set by Herrera coming around the right side. And finally scoring Isis Williams for Florida A&M, the senior from Louisville, Texas.
That pass and serve received good enough to run the slide. That's going to be important. The Panthers will be waiting out there for the outside if they know the ball is going there because it wasn't such a great pass.
On the line for the Rattlers of Florida A&M, Camila de la Rosa Herrera. And Owens gets there, but no one else converged on the middle. So Herrera will go back to the line. Herrera lived on the line on yesterday. She's one of the best in the conference.
Coach Yoma is pulling a trick out of his bag now, serving Kylie Owens in hopes of occupying her so she can't be a part of the offense.
Another service ace for Herrera. 3-2 FAMU up 1. And it looks like Herrera's kind of picking on Owens there. Owens gets it this time. Here she comes with the kill and the attack. Owens says right back at you. Herrera ties it up at 3.
Isis Williams got to get over there one more step to her left and close that block.
Kylie Owens will go to the line for the Panthers. Owens with a pretty good game yesterday, leading all attackers with 23 kills on yesterday's match. Here come the Rattlers. Ayani Stanford, the freshman from Fort Walden, Florida,
Ayani
with the attacking kill.
Going for the last 5 feet of the court. Smart play.
Here come the Panthers. Lawson. Hudson sets it up left side. Here come the Rattlers. Lawson chases it down. Ninos plays it over. Here comes Brooklyn Watts. Oh, what a dig that time by Ninos. Here comes Lawson. Watts keeps it alive. Another great save. Here comes, and double contact.
Well I tell you what, Charles, it's just gone official. This volleyball game is a preview of the football SWAC championship as the Prairie Panthers will be taking on the Florida A&M Rattlers in Tallahassee December 2nd.
Well, who you rooting for? Here we go, right side. Owens. Good block that time by Sanford. Here comes Hewitt. Another good block by Sanford. It's out of bounds. The Prairie View Panthers get it. Isis Williams playing that right side, man. I tell you, she's a tree over there. You got to block over.
Yeah, you got to go around her. You got to go over her. She definitely takes up some space along the net.
Ninos on the line for the Panthers.
Janiyah Henderson in the game. We know she did a great job yesterday. She earned some all-SWAC superlatives as a freshman.
Here comes the Panthers. That time, Bailey Hewitt with a little bit too much English, 6'4". The Rattlers by a deuce.
Brooke Hudson in left back, disciplined, staying to the line. She knew that ball was outside of her left side. She knew it was out.
Good tap there by Henderson. And the Rattlers will get it. Henderson inserted on that front line.
Brooklyn Watts knows how to play in the postseason. She didn't get a full approach there. Knew that the blockers were on her and decided to use their hands.
(7-5) for the Panthers. That's going to send Nia Walker to the line. Walker, Hudson with the pass and the attack from Watts. Lawson, Hewitt, out of bounds.
Hewitt just overran that. She takes really big steps. She gets to the ball quick. Gonna have to transition a little farther out to get the kind of ball that she wants when she gets to it.
Caitlin Scroggins will check into the game and go to the line. The graduate student from Pearland, Texas, the transfer student of Florida from Texas Southern University. Hewitt. Oh, great block that time by Janiyah Henderson, the heart and soul of the net for the Panthers.
Great patience by Janiyah Henderson. Coach Johan definitely asking Brooklyn Watts to make a better decision with that. She got away with using them to play before, but they were all over her that time.
8-6. Here comes Hewitt. Hudson, Herrera. Oh, man, no way to go. What a block that time by Janiyah Henderson, the freshman from Chicago, Illinois. The Rattlers by 1, 8-7. Hewitt. Watts, Herrera. Here comes Watts. Knew they were setting that one up for Watts. I've been watching that same play for the last couple of days.
FAMU very dangerous when they get that in-system first contact. When they do that, the setter gets there and puts up a good ball. They're really dangerous.
The junior from Odenton, Maryland, Brooklyn Watts on the line for Coach Yilmaz. Owens chases it down, and Ninos plays it over. Watts right there to the setter. Emerald Jacobs with her first kill of the contest. Jacobs, man, was a beast on yesterday. That one out of bounds.
Super athletic. We saw that play yesterday. They bring her in just to give the Prairie View defense a different look. She was really successful with it yesterday. Right there, she put over a ball that could have been played. Prairie View just not able to gain their balance and make that play.
Here comes Janiyah Henderson on the line for the Panthers. There we go again. The tip and roll. We're going to call that one. We've got another volleyball vocabulary where we're going to call that one a netter.
A home netter.
A home netter.
Yes, it's so unfortunate. It just comes out of nowhere.
But fortunate for the Panthers.
Yes, I always yell at my team, pay attention to the net, because the one time you don't, it doesn't.
Here come the Rattlers. Herrera, another block by Atkinson. Chased down by Emerald Jacobs. Leah Small sets it up. Here comes Owens.
What a dig!
Man, this is going to be a good one. Ties it up at 10.
Brooke Hudson telling her teammates, don't ever assume I'm not going to get the ball up. I'm going to get the ball up, and I need you guys to make the next play. There was no middle blocker anywhere in sight, and Brooke Hudson saw that, was there, stopped, and low, ready for that ball.
Here comes the Panthers. Right side with a roundabout. The attack there by Thornton. Henderson keeping it in play. Back to Hewitt from the middle. Herrera chases it down. Emerald Jacobs with the attack. Here come the Panthers. Herrera setting it up. Jacobs on the attack and the kill for Emerald Jacobs.
I talked about Brooklyn Watts in the pregame. She needs to play defense today, and it looks like coaches put that in her head, and she has committed to that, laying out right there. That's not a play we saw from her yesterday, and I'm not sure we saw that last year in the tournament.
Dominique Turner on the line for the Rattlers. Here come the attack. Emerald Jacobs with the attack. It's out of bounds. She said she raised the flag up. That means out, right?
Out of bounds, and then a touch by the Prairie View blockers. So FAMU ball. Emerald Jacobs bailed out by those unforced errors for the Panthers.
The Panthers' first unforced error. Turner gets it on the left side, and the Panthers call a timeout. Charles, that's a good timeout, I think, for Coach Cherie Lindsay to settle her team down as the Rattlers go up by 3. They're very, very focused, and Brooklyn Hudson has them really, really fired up on the A&M side of the net.
I like this timeout by Coach Lindsay. FAMU has a lot of spot servers. They can pick out a person and they can serve them. So right here, we're going to see Coach call this serve. They're going to try to target somebody. Sharice is going to give them confidence right now, let them know they can do it. Expect the ball, be there, be stopped, be early.
Tamika, yesterday you talked about Emerald Jacobs. Day 2, she is on fire again in terms of her outside hitting.
Yes, Emerald Jacobs, she high energy. This whole team is high energy. A lot of the players on the court right now, they've been here before. They're used to playing on Game 3. You can see it in their walk. They got that swag. Of course, Brooke Hudson leads the energy there. She brings the swag. They're very confident because they've been here before, and the expectation is that they're going to be here tomorrow. But yeah, Emerald Jacob has been really instrumental in this FAMU dominance of the SWAC in the last 2 seasons.
Turner, the junior from Atlanta, Georgia, back on the line for the Rattlers. Lawson, Atkinson sets it up. Turner with the save. Here comes Brooklyn Watts. Wow. Watts right down the middle.
Prairie right out of the timeout with some slide action. Kirsten not able to terminate that ball. Just clipped the net, giving the FAMU left back defender time to make a play.
14-10. The Rattlers up. Lawson, here's the set. Over to Atkinson. Tried to just lob it over. Is that correct? A little lob over.
She tried to tip it, an emergency tip at that. The ball was dying by the time it went to her. Leah Lawson may be a little timid now. Usually she reverses the ball when she's pushed to the left side of the court, but she got called early on for the double. Not sure she's wanting to do that again.
Here comes Hewitt. And yeah, the Panthers get a little life from Kylie Owens. Nia Walker will check in, and that will send Leah Lawson, the junior from Arlington, Texas, to the line for Cherie Lindsay and Darcy Kaiser. Smalls will take a seat. And here comes Emerald Jacobs, right down in the middle. And now can we call that a pancake and roll?
No.
An attempted pancake and roll? Okay, we'll just call it.
No, you don't want to pancake a ball coming that hard. She just tried to make a last-minute emergency move, but not quite there.
16-11. Rattlers with a 5-point edge. Herrera targeting Owens. Watts gets it over right side. The attack there by Emerald Jacobs, or is that Isis?
That's Isis Williams running the quick out of the middle, catching Prairie View just off balance. She swung to zone 6. Somebody is there. They've got to make that play.
When you say zone 6, where are you saying on the court?
Zone 6 would be the middle back. So the back row, that middle position. The court is divided into 6 zones.
That one's out of bounds, and now the Panthers will go back to the service line with Kylie Owens. 25 to 22 kills, or attacks rather, 10 to 6 on the kills for Prairie View and Florida A&M. Jacobs puts it up. That one's out of bounds, and the Panthers get another point, 17-13.
Jacobs really takes those quick, big steps. Got to the ball, looked too fast underneath it. She's just got to recognize and take a little bit off her swing.
Owens out of bounds.
Got to be able to go back there and find the court, especially when you're down 4. You just want to get it in, find the court, give your defense a chance when you're down by this kind of margin, so close to 15, to 25.
Owens chases it down. The Panthers get it played over Herrera with the attack. Atkins, and in the net that time was 13. Ayani Sanford, the freshman from Fort Walden Beach. Nope, well, wait a minute now, Charles. He pointed this way.
Ball is this way. He called a double contact on Kirsten Atkinson.
19-14. The Panthers have got to go on a run here. We need some good serves.
Interesting dynamic taking place here in this gym as the football game is kind of let out. You're starting to see the gymnasium fill up with Panther faithful.
And that's going to be in Prairie View's favor. Yesterday, they really, really benefited from the energy of the purple and gold in the stands. So might be great timing for Prairie View.
Ninos, now to Lawson. Good defense at the line, at the net for the Rattlers. Hewitt lobs it over. Nino saves it. Tip to the right to Hudson. Hudson puts it over right side. The attack coming from Bonnie Stanford, and the Panthers keep it going. And that one's out of bounds. Wow, that's hustle.
Tremendous hustle that time. Panthers with the point.
Panthers definitely hustling. They're digging backwards in a sense because the diggers are back on their heels. They need to be on the balls of their feet with their shoulders dropped and stopped in order for these digs to go forward.
Here comes the Rattlers. They hit the net, but right there, Hewitt and Henderson right there for the block. That one actually hit the net. Henderson will take the credit for the block.
The net helped them out there. They have a chance right now. This serve needs to find the court, give their defense an opportunity. The blockers got to book it over there, chase the set, get in front of the hitter, slow the ball down.
The Panthers climbing back in this one. Good block by Walker, but it rolled out of bounds. And now Hudson will go to the line. Checking in will be Milani Thornton.
Coach Lindsay telling Nia Henderson, you've got to push the outside hand in and press the ball back in the court to zone 6.
Lawson to Walker, cross court too much. Not a good pass that time.
The pass is consistently behind the 10-foot line, forcing Leah Lawson to set the pins, putting a lot of pressure on them to hit those out-of-system balls over their shoulder and far off the net.
Man, great serve by Hudson. Here comes the Panthers, and now what's going on? Somebody out of position?
We got a double call on Leah Lawson. Again, the ball is being passed behind the 10-foot line. She has to get there, be stopped. Sometimes she's still trying to run a fast offense in those instances. That's something that she can change just a little bit. But it starts with the Panthers passing.
22-16, set 1. Match 2 here in the semifinals of the Southwestern Athletic Conference Volleyball Tournament Championship. Stick around. We'll come back with more after this important message.
And welcome back to SWAC Digital's presentation of the 2023 SWAC Volleyball Championship. FAMU and Prairie View here in set 1. FAMU up 22-16.
Hewitt with the play over. Herrera sets it up left time. Here comes Brooks. Lawson with the attack. Here comes Brooklyn Watts. Good block that time. That's going to be it's either Walker or Henderson. Our monitor's off right now. We can't see the replay, but either or. Well, wait a minute.
Ball was blocked by Prairie View, but into the antenna.
I didn't see the antenna move.
Yeah. It's a really hard call to make. Great job to the official on that side.
23-16, 2 away for the Rattlers to put set 1 in the books. Lawson, right side, Walker puts it over. Yeah, good play by Walker. Got the defense going one way, tipped it the other way.
Charles, and it started with the pass. Then the hitter made a great decision. So it's just a chain of good decisions, but it starts with that pass.
Walker. Jacobs sets it over to Herrera. Here comes Watts again. That's out of bounds. 23-18. The Panthers trying to creep back in this one. They got a bit to go.
Nye Henderson's got to find the court here. Kylie Owens in middle back. Important that she stays back in defense.
Set point now for FAMU. That one's out of bounds. And Leah Smalls actually will check in for Prairie View A&M. Smalls, the sophomore from San Antonio, Texas. On the line for Florida A&M, Caitlin Scroggins. Lawson. Owens, or Henderson, pardon me, just easily finding a hole in the defense.
Yes, a little bit of a miscommunication. We talked about this earlier. Brooke Hudson covers a lot of back row, and every now and then there's a little bit of a miscommunication or she overplays to zone 6 when she should be in zone 5.
Bailey Hewitt on the line for Prairie View A&M. And, man, coming around with the roundabout, Melanie Thornton. And that's going to be a wrap for set 1, ladies and gentlemen. 25-19, the final score here in the William Nix Center for set 1, match 2. Stick around, more action to come right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
And welcome back to SWAC Digital's of the SWAC 2023 SWAC Volleyball Championship Tournament. Prairie View and Florida A&M. Florida A&M took the first set as we get ready to start this second set. And one of the things Prairie View was talking about in their huddle was they need to communicate better. They've got to have this set. They cannot allow Florida A&M to go up 2-0. So this is a very important start here for the Panthers.
What was the catalyst, Tamika, in game one? The Rattlers seemed to just be more in sync than the Panthers.
Well, their offense was just unstoppable. They were the setter-hitter connections were great, and then they made a ton of volleyball plays that you can easily say that ball is down. We saw players like Emerald Jacobs, Brooklyn Watts laying out for those balls, and then, of course, the consistent Brooke Hudson. She doesn't let anything fall.
Florida A&M draws first blood. I'll just call that one a junior rally. They were trying to get it going. Herrera on the line, man. I tell you, she has been the best server here in this tournament. Lawson, Owens. Great block there on the right side by the Rattlers, man. Whoa, Isis Williams there. Williams on the same side with Ayani Sanford.
Prairie players going to cover Kylie, but not expecting the ball. That's the second part. Go cover, then expect the ball to be blocked, be down and ready to make the play.
Herrera, Ninos, the dig. Here comes the attack from Bailey Hewitt.
Brooke Hudson deep, knowing that ball was certainly out. Prairie View again passing at the 10-foot line, which essentially takes Kirsten Atkinson, your middle blocker, out of an offensive opportunity. They've got to drop their platforms and pass the ball to target so they have more than just one or two options on offense.
Herrera, Lawson, Owens. Yeah. Well, the Panthers finally get on the board. 3-1 the score.
Owens going zone 4-4. Really elite hit for an outside hitter.
Owens on the line. Jacob sets it up. And double contact.
Yes, the ref saying he saw those hands get on the ball at different times. Our up ref, Charles, we talked about his history. He's been calling games since I was an athlete.
Oh yeah, he's been calling us volleyball games since I was playing football at Prairie View. The Panthers tied up here at 3 now, set 2 in the William Nix Center. Kylie Owens on the line for the Panthers. Owens out of bounds. That's the second service error from Owens.
Kylie Owens, solid all season. Coach Lindsay talked about how much her game improved, specifically her serve receive. She's going to need to show up in every aspect of her game today to give these Panthers a chance at making it to that championship game.
Lawson sets it up for Atkinson. Good block there on the right side by the Rattlers, Isis Williams. And Herrera just tips it over.
Coach Yilmaz going toward.
And here's the point to Prairie View, and Yilmaz sends his captain, Isis Williams, over to get an explanation. 4-3 here in set 2. Here's the replay.
Ball was already traveling over the net. Herrera looks like she helped it over.
Well, I think we're going to have a challenge card, and we're going to take a look at it. Nope, he pulls it. Pulls it after the explanation. He says, I'll save that one. And no, he says, I want the challenge. So we'll see here. Here comes the ball. Hewitt taps it over. Jacobs gets it back. It is going over. She touches it as it's going over.
The setter is back row. She cannot make contact with the ball if it's higher than the net. And so that's what they're going to be arguing right here. That would make her an attacker if she could play the ball over as a back row player. So that's the call that they're arguing right here. Coach Yilmaz is saying that she didn't touch it likely.
Well, let's see. Here it comes. Owens. Well, 4-3 the score. Or we're tied at 4, actually. We're just waiting for the play. This was checking it out. Folks, I want to thank all of our sponsors who made this possible. General Motors. Also, our friends over at Cricket Wireless, Google, Prairie View A&M University, our friends at Academy Sports and Outdoors, all of our friends who do so much for Prairie View. The Prairie View A&M University cheerleaders still fired up after that 21-7 win. What's going on in Jackson, Mississippi? Charles Bishop.
Currently, Alcorn on top of Jackson State, 28-24. And quick correction on that score. Final score with Prairie and Alabama State, it was 21-14.
Yeah, late score. I'm sorry, pardon me, by the Alabama State Hornets. I had stepped out during the break and heard the crowd screaming, but just a little bit too much too late for the Hornets of Alabama State.
If you just joined the broadcast and aren't familiar with the NCAA Volleyball Challenge rule, each team gets 2 challenges. If you win the challenge, your team gets to keep the challenge. In the event that the match goes to 5 sets, each team gets an additional challenge. Right now we're waiting on the decision. They are discussing if the FAMU setter attacked this ball above the net.
Well, I'll tell you what, they took a lot of time, and the Panthers get the point. Hewitt tapped it before as it went over the net. As you said, if she is a setter, well, I'll let you explain that. Go ahead again, one more time.
Yes, she was back row, and so she is not allowed to contact the ball above the height of the net. And so the ball was traveling over. She could have let it go, but just not sure if it was actually going to clear. She went and helped it over.
Herrera to Williams. Lawson now to Hewitt. And Williams gets the point for the Rattlers. Hudson to go to the line for FAMU.
Coach Lindsay telling her team, move on, keep going, let's run it again.
5-4. Hudson, Ninos, right side, Walker. Great dig that time by Emerald Jacobs. Lawson, Henderson, great save by Herrera. Off the hand of Lawson, and Owens couldn't recover quick enough. 6-4.
Owens already on the floor. She's got to stay on her feet. So when they make contact with the ball, that block, you got to stop, freeze, then go make a volleyball play.
Hudson to Ninos. Now here comes Walker. Man, Hudson's is just outstanding.
It's tremendous.
Hewitt, Hudson. Panthers keep it alive. The pancake from Hudson. Jacobs plays it over. Lawson to Henderson. Kaboom.
FAMU arguing that Prairie View hit into the net and not a block, arguing that it was for. The officials didn't agree, kept play going.
6-5, here comes Walker from the line. And right in front of Brooklyn Watts. Couldn't get under it quick enough. Stayed too far back on the back row to get under that one. And the Panthers tied up at 6. Watts with the dig and the pass back to Watts. What a dig that time by Ninos. Hewitt, too much. Here comes Leah Smalls and Thornton. Check that Scroggins.
Hewitt's gotta stay aggressive on those, but she has to find the court. She had the right idea going for the corner, which gets you about 2 more feet versus going to straight for the back line.
Scroggins tips it over the net. Henderson. A lift from Henderson gives the Rattler a point. Lift.
Henderson attempting a power tip, but the placement of the ball has to be out in front of you, above your head. It's a really hard call for the officials to make.
Man, here comes Henderson.
And that's where Henderson shines. She doesn't shine playing small ball. That's not what her got her all SWAC superlative. She has got to hit the ball. She had a single block there. Looks like Herrera was coming to help but didn't commit. That's where she shines. She's got to stick to running those quick and then hit around the block to the corners.
Henderson, freshman of the year in the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Hewitt on that back line has to play it. Jacobs keeps it in play. Herrera. Oh, great block there on the left side by Owens. Watts out of bounds.
The Panthers waking up. Got bailed out that last play. The middle blocker didn't get there too much by Brooklyn Watts. She really wanted it. Just a step too close to the ball, a little bit under, and it sails out.
Hewitt on the line. Great serve. Hudson. Oh, man, will a block. Here it comes again. Great block by Lawson. Man, Leah Lawson is fired up here. The Panthers are loving it. 9-8, the Panthers take their first lead of the game.
That play really fired up the bench over here at Prairie. Let's see if they can ride this momentum.
Well, Prairie View's playing tougher right now. They have good intentions. They're being aggressive. They're playing a lot tougher.
Hewitt, Scroggins, the dig. Ninos digs it up. Now the pass over to Bailey Hewitt. Pardon me, to Kylie Owens. Herrera to Brooklyn Watts for the kill.
Brooklyn Watts go to when she knows the Rattlers need a point. She's going to go for the outside hand. She's really skilled at just using the pinky, going off of it, going out of bounds, making the ball really hard to play.
In the net from Brooklyn Watts. You got to put a space in between the Brooklyn Watts.
I like what her mom or dad was doing there. I just say Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's what they were doing, trying to confuse people.
Yeah, they were.
On the line, freshman of the year, Janiyah Henderson. Here come the Rattlers. Right side, the attack from Scroggins. Henderson lobs it over to Owens, and here comes the attack. Good dig there by Lawson. And the play over by Owens. Right side. Here's the attack. Keeping it alive was Lawson kind of in her lap, basically. She couldn't get it picked up enough to pass it, so now the Rattlers were tied up at 10.
We can't overstate how much responsibility a 5'1" setter has. She's got to block, she's got to set, she's got to play defense. She has a lot of responsibility and that she's trying to manage, especially when the Panthers don't have.
Owens right in front of Turner with the kill. (11-10) for the Panthers. Lawson on the line. Scroggins passes it back over to Emory Jacobs. Oh, pushing, pointing. Is that taunting? And they're going to say, hey, no pointing and taunting.
The taunting is going to be an issue. They are cutting down on taunting. You want to celebrate facing away from the net and facing your teammates. But they're arguing right now whether Emerald Jacobs hit the antenna, then it hit the block, or hit the block, and then off the block it hit the antenna.
I thought they were arguing the pointing at the Panthers. Well, back on the line, Herrera. Herrera with 2 service aces, 17 assists from the setter Herrera. Owens from the right side, yeah. That's her spot. Kind of reminds me of Cherie Lindsay. That was her spot there on the left side, the outside hitter for Prairie View.
Cherie Lindsay, an outstanding outside hitter. She got to Prairie View about 4 years after me, but she was explosive. I mean,
man.
Her whole torso over the net.
Absolutely. Emerald Jacobs. Chased down by Ninos. The play over. Here comes. Oh, what a great block there by Atkinson. Point Prairie View.
Haley Hewitt, great patience. A little play action by FAMU. The middle came in hard. I even thought she was going to get the set, and then they set the right front. That was good patience by Prairie View to wait on the intended attacker and be pressing in towards 6.
Owens. Hudson. Jacobs. Atkinson. Twice in a row. Owens now will go back to the service line.
That's who Nia Walker has been for the Panthers all season. She came over from East Central with Coach Lindsay.
Owens. Watts sets it up, and the lob, just a tip over for Isis Williams. Jacobs will go to the line. Some familiarity with Jacobs is our color specialist. Tamika Newman, you coached Jacobs in her junior year in high school?
Junior year in high school.
I remember.
Cypress Ridge High School. She was a standout two-sport athlete.
Track
a real
and volleyball.
stud in track. Could have easily ran Division I track.
Atkinson with the attack. Herrera gives it over to Brooklyn Watts.
And there's that 4-to-4. Brooklyn Watts hitting out of zone 4, hitting over the zone 4. It takes a lot of skill as an outside hitter to do that. Only a handful of outsides here at the tournament that can do it.
Jacobs, Ninos, Walker, right there in front of Herrera.
That was a wicked shot there. Wow.
And Walker, who sometimes struggles offensively, I like Walker coming in for that quick behind the setter. When they're out of system, Walker not so successful, but I love that play calling and the execution by the setter on that one.
Folks, don't forget you can get all of the game scores, stats, live stats, replays, all of the rosters, everything for the Southwestern Athletic Conference. You can get it right there on your phone. All you got to do is go on your mobile device and download us on Instagram, Facebook, or X by using the username The SWAC. Get all the information from the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Of course, you can also just go visit our website, www.pppanthers.com. Pardon me, about SWAC.org. There I go. One slip, that's one. Will count it? All right.
Notes. You've been doing good. I got to give it to you.
I've been trying to be very composed.
I got to give it to you. You've been amazing. Such an honor to be sitting here with you.
No, the pleasure is all mine. I mean, when you got a guy like Charles Bishop around, G. Willikers.
You guys are way too kind. I'm
in too good a company for Charles.
It's tremendous, analysts. Really appreciate Tamika walking our fans through the dynamics. A lot of the dynamics are with regards to this volleyball game.
And that's so important with the growth of the game. It's fun to watch. But everybody doesn't grow up playing volleyball. There's just not a net just readily available. So learning the rules, there is a learning curve there to everybody learning the rules and understanding what's going on outside of just monster kills.
Well, you've done an outstanding job of that. Hudson sets it up. Coming there with the cross shot from the right side was Ayani Sanford, the freshman from Fort Walton Beach.
Sanford just quietly does her job as a right side. They go to her quite a bit, has a monster swing. She's hitting sharp, catching Leah Lawson cheating in the court just a little bit. Leah Lawson's got to play outside in. I'm sure Coach Lindsay's giving her a look and reminding her, start on the sideline, work your way in. Use the sideline to help you defend.
Hudson gets it over now, the Panthers.
Serve receive. Prairie View doing so well up to this point, but serve receive is going to be key here in this last stretch of 10 points.
16-15. The Rattlers up by 1. Lawson, Walker. Hudson keeps it alive. Here comes Brooklyn Watts. Chased down by Lawson. Played over by Ninos. Here's the set for Herrera. Brooklyn Watts on the attack. Here comes Henderson on the attack. Too much. Got the play they wanted. Just too much. Overshot there by Janiah Henderson.
The player they wanted, but not the play. Janiah Henderson transition came back in a little bit too quick. Wasn't able to get on top of the ball. Instead was a little bit underneath.
Lawson now. Here comes Hewitt.
Prairie View consistently passing and serve receive on the 10-foot line, forcing them to run those pins.
Ayani Sanford from the same spot, and Coach Cherie Lindsay has seen enough as the Rattlers have come from behind by 2, now the lead by 3. Stick around, it's getting better and better, Charles. We'll be back with more exciting SWAC Championship volleyball.
And welcome back to SWAC Digital's presentation of the 2023 SWAC Volleyball Championship. FAMU and Prairie View. FAMU up 18-15 here in set 2. Strategic timeout that time by Cherie Lindsay. Talk to me, Tamika, in terms of, was that a good one, when, and why should you use a timeout?
Yes, Bishop. There's a general rule I have of 3-point runs. I want to call a timeout, resettle my team. Of course, it depends on the game, the youth of your team. Are they young? In this case, not everybody young, but certainly young to this moment. You're looking at a FAMU team that has been here before. So it just depends on your team. But 3 points, you want to stop and talk about it if you can, along with defensive changes that you want to make, offensive changes, or maybe you need to tell your setter something important.
Nia Walker with the attack and the kill. She'll go to the line. Serve it for the Panthers. Coming from the right side, Hewitt sets it up. Lawson. Oh, man, right inside the line from freshman of the year, Henderson.
Bailey Hewitt started that series of events, reading that very easy tip. She came in, ran through, and played it up. And Janiah Henderson, way to know that back corner was open. Brooke Hudson just sucked in just a little bit.
Coach Yilmaz is signaling that he wants a lift over there. A call over the lift. Let's see. I think that's good. And challenge?
Not yet. I don't see the card up.
Clarity. There we go. Jacobs went over to see what's going on. Here comes Walker now. The Panthers down to 19-17. And Iyani Sanford with another attacking kill. Scroggins will check in now for Florida A&M, and then Leah Smalls will come in for some more defense.
Janiah Henderson, not sure if she's not closing or Bailey is just a little too far to the left. She may need to adjust in, but Leah Lawson not Leah Lawson, Layla Smalls is going to have to get on the sideline if they pull that block in anymore.
Owens, a little too much. 21-17. Oh. There we go again. Hewitt. Herrera. Here comes Henderson. No, Hewitt, yeah. And Scroggins keeps it alive. Check that. That was Tom Thornton keeping it alive. Hewitt. Here we come, right side. Brooklyn Watts. What a dig by Kylie Owens.
Tremendous dig.
Here comes the Rattlers. Ayani. Sanford. Pardon me, that was Emerald Jacobs.
That was nice.
And that was nice, man. Wow. And the Rattlers showing why they are the defending Southwestern Athletic Conference champions. They are just, they're really, really, really poised and having some fun.
They're poised. Their skill level is high. Coach Yilmaz making adjustments when needed. And of course, they watched the Panthers play yesterday. They played them already. They have their number.
Well, the total attacks are tied at 71, but the kill ratio is a 11 better, 25 kills to Prairie View 16, which results in a 0.56 hitting percentage for the Panthers and a .167 for the Rattlers of Florida A&M. You're talking about the hitting errors and the service errors. The Panthers with a total of 4 service errors, or 3 service errors, and the Rattlers with 4. 3 blocks for the Panthers recorded, or 6 blocks for the Panthers recorded, and 2 for the Rattlers. The Panthers here now have to really be poised going down 2. They've got to expend all of that energy again to try to fight back in game 3 and 4.
Coach me through that timeout. What is it that you're telling the Panthers here?
Me or her?
Well, you know there's a game 3.
I'm
So
just teasing.
in order to get some momentum, let's just focus on one thing we can improve, and that to me is serve receive. They have to pass the ball to target so they can run the middle front.
Lawson chases it down. Hewitt with the attack. It's out of bounds. I'm watching the Florida A&M Rattlers, and, man, they are really playing position volleyball. They are staying right there where they need to be. Every play that they are attempting, they're being successful because they're staying right where they need to be, right where the placement is.
FAMU being very disciplined in their defense. Everybody's in their spot. The back row people are staying back, and they know when the ball is going to be out.
23-18, Hewitt is at the line for the Panthers. Scroggins, Hudson.
Tough serve by Bailey.
Out of bounds, too much from Brooklyn Watts. 23-19, the Panthers still have a chance here, folks. We need one here.
Blockers have got to get there, be stopped and pressing over. Left back and right back can't cheat off of base until they know the setter is not going to dump.
Lawson, Owen, and Henderson on that front line. Hewitt to Lawson. Back to Hewitt. Watts with the attack point. Prairie View 20-23. Lawson goes back to the line. And the Rattlers of Florida A&M feel the heat of the Panthers on the back of their necks, or on the back of their skin. 23-20. Stick around, we'll take a break. Come back with more exciting championship volleyball.
You're talking about very new team in Prairie View.
Welcome back to the William Nix Center. A couple of Chucks and a Tamika on the call for you. And now the Rattlers are with set point.
Set point.
Interesting, FAMU to come out of the timeout with the tip, but certainly not something I haven't seen before.
Watts with the serve. Here comes Owens with the attack. Yeah, baby. Owens will keep it alive for FAMU. Point Prairie View A&M, and that's going to send Janiyah Henderson to the line.
Kirsten Atkinson will need the block of her career right here to stop this FAMU match point.
Here we come. Herrera sets it up. And that does it. Well, set two now in the books, ladies and gentlemen. The Rattlers of Florida A&M up 2-0 here in match 2 of the Southwestern Athletic Conference semifinals. Stick around. We'll be back with more exciting Panther volleyball.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
We are exactly what you think. We are not at all what you think. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. General Motors, honored to sponsor the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
When you join the HBCU family, you become part of the tradition of breaking barriers in your community, breaking ground in your career, and bringing it with everything you do. From how you look to how you move in the classroom, on the court, and on the field. That's why Academy Sports and Outdoors is proud to celebrate the HBCU legacy and all those to add to it in their own way.
The SWAC, the premier athletic conference in the nation. A collection of schools rich in tradition, pride, and pedigree. Sacrifice, winning, allegiance, champions. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
And welcome back to SWAC Digital's presentation of the 2023 SWAC Volleyball Championship, Prairie View and Florida A&M. Moving to set 3 as Florida A&M is up 2-0. So Tamika, let me ask, Prairie View was in this situation yesterday with regards to Texas Southern. What is it that they need to do? What do they need to remember from yesterday?
They were in this situation yesterday, Bishop, but to a team that was playing out of their mind. The level of volleyball that FAMU is playing right now is SWAC tournament volleyball. This is how they look in the tournament. They're mean, they're sharp, they're aggressive, they're relentless. Prairie View just needs to start with cleaning up serve receive. And then the hitters need to have a plan. They need to find the court. And then they need to pick it up on defense.
Owens with the attack, and Isis Williams there with the block there on the right side. The Rattlers will go, and every time I see Henderson go to the line, I just figure she's going to be there in a minute. On the line, Herrera. The dig from the Panthers. Here comes the Rattlers. Cross shot, too much. The Panthers get the point.
Bishop, one of the things that Prairie View can do to give their defense a chance is force FAMU into out of system, which means hit the ball over to their setter so she takes first ball and cannot take second ball. Instead, second ball will have to come off another player's platform.
Great point, understood.
Herrera setting it up for Isis Williams. The dig from Ninos. Here we go, right side with the attacking Kylie Owens. Herrera in the middle, Brooklyn Watts. Here comes Hewitt. And point, Florida A&M. Double contact.
Leah Lawson so strong. She's consistently showed us she can push the ball from one side of the court to the other. They're just back on her heels, not transferring that weight forward to make the push. Hands getting there at 2 different times.
Walker with the attack. Hudson with the dig, and double contact on the FAMU side. Tied at 2 here. Set 3. Match 2. The Southwestern Athletic Conference Championship.
R1 Charles Bennett being consistent with those calls. It was almost an identical contact. Great call by this match's R1.
Oh, man. The Brooklyn Watts going and giving up everything, giving up her body, going tumbling across the chairs.
That tells you how much everything is on the line here in this SWAC tournament. She laid it all out there trying to get that ball.
Yes, Emerald Jacobs just popping up on that hard-driven serve. She needs to stay down, hold her platform.
Ninos. Here comes Herrera. Again, great block that time by Henderson off the attack of Ayani Sanford. Sanford and Williams and Herrera across that front line are hard to handle.
Great start to this set here for the Panthers. How important is it for them to kind of ride this momentum here?
They need to ride the momentum by doing their job. They've got to do their job. It's not just going to be energy going to win this game. This is a really solid volleyball team.
Yeah, they're going to have to play a real good chess match if they want to get back into this one. That one's out of bounds, 5-2. Now, Lindsay should have, what, one more timeout?
You get 2 timeouts each set.
Each set. She took one, right? There was, I was at the Florida A&M timeout.
Yeah, Lindsay hasn't taken any, so she still has both.
Hudson. Now here comes Walker with the attack. The dig from Herrera. Here comes Brooklyn Watts down the middle. And man, the Rattlers are squirming away from the Panthers.
Yes, Prairie View, 2
with
players.
with momentum.
In terms of momentum, yes, they were actually down, but you didn't feel the shift of the energy. 2 Panthers on the floor for that defensive play. One of them took themselves completely out of the play.
Henderson finds the hole. And the Panthers go up 1-5-4. Panthers were up 3.
Henderson catching Brooklyn Watts, who was the off blocker there, just back on her heels.
Herrera. Right in the middle. Hudson saves it. Brooklyn Watts. And that one's in. Scroggins will check in for FAMU. And Smalls will check in for the Panthers. Scroggins. Owens with the dig to set from Henderson, and didn't get the thunder that we wanted on that one, or that the Panthers wanted on that one.
Yes,
but it just rolled over.
A little bit of a connection issue with Henderson and Lawson. She's got one block. If they can fix the connection issue, she can just rail on them from middle front.
Hewitt. And Hudson couldn't get out of the way in time.
Yeah, she was caught in between whether to let it go or not.
Hudson's so locked in on knowing when the ball is out. Right there, she saw the ball still about waist height and then didn't make up her mind what she wanted to do. She's always looking to get those free points on those deep serves.
Jacobs sets it up. And here comes Haley. It was either Owens or Henderson. I couldn't see which one.
Henderson and Owens both putting up a double block there. Nowhere for FAMU to go on that slide. Nowhere. The setter kind of trapped her, hit her. She had nowhere to go.
A little timeout here by FAMU to kind of stop that momentum.
Yeah, that's actually one from Owens who got up for the block. But the Panthers, are like Dr. Tamika said, we've got to make sure that the Panthers keep their head in the game. We've got to make sure that the Rattlers stay on point. If the Rattlers stay on point with their momentum, it's going to be tough for the Panthers.
No doubt about it. I tell you what, they are a composed team, and we've seen them just sort of in a workman-like fashion.
Absolutely.
I mean, they've won 3 sets yesterday, 2 today. I mean, it has been systematic, if you will.
And they seem to be dissecting what the Panthers are doing. They're just finding all of their errors. They're finding all of their holes in their defense and their fallacies. And, man, they're just taking advantage of it. And the Panthers are going to have to get their minds into the game if they want to fend off these very tough Florida A&M Rattlers.
No doubt about it. Tremendous volleyball squad.
If we could quickly go to the bracket, folks, we'll tell you how we got here. We'll wait to see if we can get there. Well, maybe we'll get the bracket in a minute because I don't think James Crenshaw is paying any attention to us. James Crenshaw, so there he is. Now he's looking. I was going to say you sew socks that smell. Here we go on the right side, Brooklyn Watts. Hewitt, too much. Wow, 8-6. And Watts will go to the line.
FAMU defenders staying back. They're probably the most disciplined at staying deep.
(9-6). The Panthers still on top. Henderson will go to the line for Prairie A&M. Henderson on the line. Here comes Emerald Jacobs.
Emerald Jacobs lucky, kind of had a misfire there. Almost didn't clear the net. Prairie View not able to get a hand on it.
Turner on the line for the Rattlers. Dominique Turner, right out of Atlanta, Georgia. Owens with the attack, and the Panthers with a point.
Owens drawing 3 blockers. If you remember, Porter and Bishop, Owens scored on that stack play yesterday quite a bit. FAMU scouting and being ready for him.
How about Chuck 1 and Chuck 2? Here we go back on the other side. Herrera with a great block. And Owens with just too much. 10-7, the Panthers still.
Immediate challenge from Coach Lindsey.
Well, let's see. Are they challenging it if that one was in?
Owens believing that the ball was touched by the FAMU block.
Well, we'll see. Here comes Owens on the attack. Yeah, Isis Williams with the right hand. So, good challenge by Cherie Lindsey.
Hopefully the officials, not hopefully, they usually get the better angle. They're able to manipulate through the shots.
Well, the Panther faithful getting fired up on their bench. A lot of people coming in from the football game. A lot of Prairie View fans to watch. And if we look up to the left, we'll see our illustrious Southwestern Athletic Conference fan faithful. There are representations from all schools still around the conference. I see people from Alabama A&M have stayed. Alabama State is still here. Some Texas Southern fans have come in. Matter of fact, the Texas Southern libero is sitting right behind us. Jocelyn Adams is with us. And I saw somebody with a Pound Bluff shirt on. So I think we're covering the whole gamut. And, of course, Jackson State is here with Dr. Charles Bishop. Or future Dr. Charles Bishop.
Yes,
I'm already claiming it, my brother. I'm already claiming it for you.
Well, I appreciate that. It is definitely hard work.
And, yeah, the Panthers, did the Panthers win the challenge? What happened? Well, let's wait to see. Obviously, FAMU must have won the challenge. They're getting the ball here on the service line.
They're making sure they get the score right over here.
FAMU won the challenge.
Really look like it touched
Coach
their
Lindsey
fingers.
a little mistaken that it hit. I didn't think that it was hit. Looked like she swung over them and missed.
Here comes Herrera. Ninos digs it up. Walker with the attack. Here comes, man, I tell you, Ayani Sanford is, I tell you, they're just playing well together. They're a very cohesive team. Hudson, right in the middle, is the coach on the court. I mean, what court awareness by Hudson.
Prairie View scrambling to make a play, missing an opportunity offensively.
Owens with the attack.
That was a tremendous cross from Kylie Owens.
That's one of the downsides of Brooke Hudson playing so far over to the middle. She is the left back, but she likes to take everything that she can. She just got to remember to get back over there every time.
Owens on the line. Watts digs it into the net. And the Panthers up 3. Barely makes it across. Jacobs. Atkinson. Right in.
Now would be a great time for Atkinson to come along. We haven't seen or heard much from her. She has a great set, just the perfect distance off the net. Great timing by the setter and her.
Owens into the net for the Panthers. And now the Rattlers get an opportunity with Emerald Jacobs. Jacobs 7 kills on 16 total attacks, 7 digs for Emerald Jacobs. Right in the middle there. And Walker finds the hole.
Good things happen for the Panthers. When they pass to target, we've seen Nia Henderson hit that quick behind the setter, super effective for them. It starts with the pass.
Ninos into Janiah Henderson with the block for Prairie View. It's going to send Jacqueline Ninos back to the line. The freshman from Mission, Texas, has done a great job for Cherie Lindsay and Darcy Kaiser. And the Panthers with a point.
At what point are you feeling a timeout to kind of thwart this momentum?
Yeah, this would be a Rattler timeout if I'm coach 16-10, and yeah, here it comes. Well, the Panthers have shifted the momentum here at the William Nix Center. This might turn out to be a little bit more than we expected. Stick around, folks. We'll be back with more exciting Southwestern Athletic Conference volleyball.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
And welcome back here to the William J. Billy Nix Baby Dome here on the campus of Prairie A&M. 2023 SWAC Volleyball Championship, Florida A&M and Prairie View. Prairie View up 16-10 here in set 3.
Lawson gets it to Henderson with the dunk. Here comes Jacobs. And Henderson seems to be on fire in this set.
FAMU has traded places with the Panthers. Now they're passing not so great in serve receive. The Panthers picking on Emerald Jacobs. She's either passing off the court or behind the 10-foot line, making it really hard to get into their offensive rhythm.
Ninos from the line. And the Rattlers seem to be unraveling. 18-10.
Her serve receive going down drastically.
Ninos on the line again. 2 service aces. That one's out of bounds. 16 digs for the libero. Prairie View A&M. Owens and Brooks. Brooklyn Watts, Kylie Owens both with 9 kills, 20 total attacks for Owens, 35 for Brooklyn Watts. (19-11). The Rattlers letting this one slip away. Walker, Watts, or Hudson rather. Yeah, the Panthers seem to be having the luck of the home field advantage.
They are the beneficiary of the energy of this place. FAMU created the energy initially, but the Panther fans have carried it. We see a big transfer here of momentum.
And now just all kinds of snafus going on here for the Rattlers.
Brooke Hudson stopping her teammates in the middle, taking a second to breathe and to move on collectively.
They're just kind of not communicating well or thinking. I see Scroggins over there pointing at her head saying, hey, use your head, as Jacobs comes back in. For FAMU, Walker gets it into Jacobs. On the right side, the attack from Amani Williams. Oh, man. Wow. Bailey Hewitt with a very, very strong attack right into the chest.
If this is what we thought we would see the first couple of sets.
Yeah.
Prairie View waking up.
Walker. Herrera. Watts. Back on the right side to Hewitt. She finds the hole. It's out of bounds. Set point for the Panthers.
FAMU on the cusp of losing their first set here in this tournament.
Walker. And that one's going to stay in bounds. 12-24 the point. Panthers need a point. All we need is a service error, right? And what I meant was the entire time. I know everybody's used to be saying we, but I mean we as the whole entire team, both sides, guys. Scroggins gets it to Owens. She can't dig it up. 24-13. So I'll change that for Charles and Dr. Tamika and say all the Rattlers need, the Panthers need. And here comes the rally. Brooklyn Watts coming right side. Right in the middle, Kylie Owens, and the Panthers at Prairie View get a set. 25-13, the Panthers win in convincing fashion. Don't you move. More exciting Southwestern Athletic Conference volleyball action is coming your way. Set 4 here in the William Nix Center. Stick around. We'll be back with more SWAC Volleyball Championship.
The SWAC, the premier athletic conference in the nation. A collection of schools rich in tradition, pride, and pedigree. Sacrifice, winning, allegiance, champions. We are the SWAC, building champions for life.
And welcome back to SWAC Digital's presentation of the 2023 SWAC Volleyball Championship. Prairie View and Florida A&M. Florida A&M up 2-1 over the Panthers as we go into set 4.
Dr. Tamika Newman, along with Chuck 1 and Chuck 2. Charles Porter and Charles Bishop bringing you the call live from the William Nix Center. Well, here we go, folks. Set 4. The Rattlers on top of Prairie View 2-1. Herrera out of bounds. Owens will go to the line for the Panthers.
I like to see Owens just find the court here. She's gone back a few times and aired.
Now, they're the Rattlers kind of get into the similar situation of Prairie View, not communicating. Hudson, Herrera, Williams. Now Owens will pass it over to Bailey to keep it in play. Here comes the Rattlers from the right side. Ayani Stanford. Panthers keeping it alive. Hewitt with the attack. And the Rattlers, after a nice little rally there,
Nia Henderson having a big offensive performance in the last set. If Prairie View wants to keep her low, her offensive numbers low, they'll have to keep. Sorry, if FAMU wants to keep her numbers low, they'll have to keep them out of system. Hitting over the shoulder, she puts over a very easily defended ball.
Jacobs back on the line, and she has been tremendous in this tournament. 7 kills on 18 attacks. And 1 service ace. You know, I like that play.
The white.
That's called a white. I like that, but I call that Daryl Dawkins has a monster dunk.
A monster dunk.
Yeah, Daryl Dawkins got a monster dunk. She doesn't understand that, Charles. She's a little young for that. And the Panthers.
Nia Henderson unsure if Leah Lawson was going to pursue that or should she.
Yeah, the Panthers are looking a little confused here a bit. Walker with the attack. Cross shot out of bounds. (5-1). If the Panthers can't do it here, yeah. Oh man, Hudson with tremendous effort here. Here comes Lawson to Walker, yeah. Oh! Walker stops the bleeding for the Panthers, finding the open seam. Now, is that between zones? Would that have been in her position? Would she been between zone 5 and 3?
That was between zone 1 and zone 6.
Okay, 5 and 3 is the others. Okay, so I missed the zone, Charles.
Yeah, 5 and 3.
But I'm on it, baby. I'm on it.
You're gonna get it.
Hudson. And here come the Rattlers striking back at the Panthers. Six to 2. Hudson brings it across. Owens to Lawson to Henderson. You think Henderson's going to make all tournament?
Henderson
well,
showing why.
You got 4 all tournament players on the court right now. You got Sanford, you got Herrera on there. Florida A&M has maybe 3 or 4. You've got Emerald Jacobs on that side, and the Panthers.
Tamika, let me ask this question strategically. What do you see that Florida A&M is doing in this set?
It's not so much of what they're doing, and I know that was a big kill. It's more that Prairie View miscommunications, and then their serve receive, they went back to passing behind the 10-foot line.
The Rattlers seemed a little more focused in this match, but the Panthers are not going away. 7-5 now, and Hewitt will go to the line. Bailey Hewitt.
Big serve for Bailey. She needs to find a court.
One service ace. And slide.
That is a slide. Leah Lawson has got to be balanced.
That's a
and
Kalachi
make that
slide,
play.
yeah. The Panther faithful and the Florida A&M group are sitting in amongst each other, so it's kind of like a wave of fanfare going on here in the William Nix Center. Here comes Emerald Jacobs with a monster attack. Here comes Emerald Jacobs with a soft attack. And Coach all on the court trying to get Charles Bennett's attention.
So walk us through the rule again. When it hits the scoreboard, what exactly happens when it hits the scoreboard, Tamika?
Is that interference?
When your team plays the ball and it hits the scoreboard, if it comes down on your side, the scoreboard is playable. If it hits it and goes to the other side, it's dead.
So that time it hit it from the other side, so that made it dead. Okay, there you go.
You are correct. That block was up and
Florida
let
A&M.
the ball at the perfect time. Kylie's got to respect that block. You're not going to plow through it.
Good timeout called here by Coach Lindsay. The Rattlers up 6 now. You break it down and you go play at a time to try to get the Panthers focused. They're not out of this one yet. I just think they need to get focused and get some stops and then go ahead on the offensive.
They're certainly not out. They need to go back to the basics. And one of the basics is covering your hitter. Don't just go over there because coach says go cover your hitter. Go over there, expect the other team to block, respect the block, be ready to pass the ball.
10-4, folks, if you've just checked in, set 4. The Rattlers hold the edge 2-1 here in the 2023 Southwestern Athletic Conference Volleyball Championship.
One thing Coach Cherie Lindsay was saying in the timeout, communicate, and get some good balls in terms of setting some good balls so our hitters can come up with some points.
Sounds like she wants them to just go back to the basics.
Like you were mentioning, go right back to the basics, exactly.
Brooklyn Watts on the line for the Panthers, or pardon me, for the Rattlers.
Missed opportunity by Prairie View.
That one just a little too much from Milani Thornton, the freshman from Atlanta, Georgia.
Prairie View needing to take advantage of that ball. We call that use this opportunity to turn over a couple of points. Defense will be huge here in the front row. Kirsten Atkins and Kylie Owens and Lawson need to get in front of the ball and slow it down.
The attack by Owens, chased down by Hudson. Henderson saves it to Owens. And Owens edges the Panthers 1 point closer. Now down 4, originally down by 6. Henderson will go to the line for Prairie View. Jacobs on the attack for the Rattlers. And the score now goes 11-6. Checking in Dominique Turner, the junior from Atlanta, Georgia. She'll go to the line to serve for the Rattlers. Here it comes. Smalls and Lawson not communicating. Owens with the point. Walker will check in. Lawson will go to the line. 11-7.
I like to see Kylie Owens use the edge of the block. It still looks like she's trying to go through it, which is not going to be a good idea against the FAMU Rattlers.
Brooklyn Watts sits it over, and Herrera tries one of her signatures. I like to call that a signature quickie, a quick dump, or a quick tap, or a quick pack, or a quick attack, whichever one you choose.
Yes, a good idea, but just not there, not recognizing where she is on the court.
Didn't get the height that she needed to get it over the net. (11-8). Scroggins, Herrera,
FAMU in system,
Williams.
really dangerous in system.
Williams sets it back up. The attack from Emerald Jacobs. Here comes Atkinson.
Wow.
Oh, man,
Great
right
job.
there. Man, I tell you, it's hard to get a top of Isis Williams 6'2" frame. You got to get up.
Tremendous block that time by Isis Williams.
Charles, can we get a clarification? What was the
Well,
call?
it was
Did
a block.
we get in the net?
11. Well, the Panthers have the ball. Nets it. 12-9 the score. Here comes the rotation. Ayani Sanford will check in. Scroggins will take a seat. Herrera.
Leah Loggins looked a little winded on the last play. It's taking a lot of energy for Prairie to fight in these matches.
Walker with the attack. Hudson plays it into the hands of Emerald Jacobs. Here comes Kylie Owens. Boom. It's out of bounds. (13-9) here in set 4. Herrera gets it to Walker. Herrera gets it over now to Jacobs. The dig. And the attack from Kylie Owens is out of bounds. Well, let's see these percentages here. Now the Rattlers with 115 total attacks on 39 kills. Their hitting percentage is 1.48, way higher than the .102 from the Prairie View and the attack, and now the momentum has really shifted to the Rattlers.
Not out of it. They need to clean up their passing. That overpass right there made Emerald Jacobs look like she did something other than what she's supposed to do on that ball, but even the smallest things are giving these FAMU Rattlers the energy that they need.
Well, the Panthers are over there contemplating. The Rattlers kind of seem like they're strategizing there. Panthers got to fight back into this one, but the Rattlers definitely have the advantage. And now nursing a 6-point lead here in match 4. Charles, you've been an athlete. You've been a leader. You've been a captain of the football team. If you're the captain, what do you tell your team?
You got to dig down. You got to find some life from somewhere. Florida A&M has done an excellent job, I think instilling the momentum. Prairie View came into this set with a tremendous amount of momentum coming into this set. But I tell you what, it speaks to both of these programs. They're fighting. They're fighting. But I tell you what, Florida A&M, they're coming out ahead on with regards to some great play thus far. Tamika, when you take a look at them, I mean, where do you see that they are attacking this Prairie View defense?
Well, when the passing goes down, Prairie View is not sending a hard-driven ball over. If you make it easy for FAMU to defend, they're going to convert that pass into a set and the set into a hit, and they've got elite hitters. We just need to make it hard. Prairie View just needs to make it hard on them, and I'm sure that's what Coach Lindsay said. We need to make this harder for their defense.
Walker with the attack. Hudson plays it over. Here comes Walker. Yeah.
Brooke Hudson not making the adjustment. Every time FAMU has given the ball to Nyla Walker in the front row, she passes it and then goes in for the quick back set. It's been super effective. FAMU hasn't picked up on that tendency yet.
Herrera. Here's the block from Walker. Here's Herrera setting it up. Emerald Jacobs on the back row. Owens sets it up now over to Hewitt with the attack. 15-11. The Panthers are storming back.
That's a no-fear attitude for Bailey. That's FAMU's biggest block with Jacobs and Isis Williams over there, and she just plowed right through it.
Right at him. That's what you got to do. Herrera. Right down in the middle.
Atkinson in the net.
And now the Panthers have got to keep their head in this one. But it just seems as though Florida A&M is more focused than the Panthers. Ninos. Right side to Hewitt. Hewitt with the attack. Herrera. Back right side. Good block that time by Hewitt.
Good adjustment
Same
by Prairie
thing.
View.
Back right side. Owens on the back row. Here comes Atkinson. The block by Isis Williams. Hudson keeps it alive for the Rattlers, and here comes the Rattlers this way, and the Panthers will get the point. Sanford. And I tell you, we have an all-purpose color commentator. I mean, she's over here, helping the engineers. She's setting up. She's breaking down. I tell you, we're just so fortunate to have Tamika Newman, veteran now, volleyball announcer. I wonder how you get your start there, Tamika. I wonder where you started. I tell you, you've been doing it.
Right here.
Oh, here comes the attack from Williams right into Henderson for the block. Henderson with 6 blocks tonight.
Henderson all over that. Prairie View's going to need 3 more of those.
Henderson leads all blockers with 6. On the other side of the net, Isis Williams with 4. Here comes Ninos.
Ninos, a tough server. She goes for Emerald Jacobs typically.
Owens had to chase it down. Lawson. Now to Walker. And it's inbounds. 16-14. The Panthers are trotting back into this one, and the Rattlers call a timeout to shift the momentum. We'll keep our momentum, but we're going to step aside with them, folks. 16-14 here in the William Nick Center. The Rattlers on top of Prairie View and Tim. We'll be right back.
We are exactly what you think. We are not at all what you think. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. General Motors, honored to sponsor the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
And welcome back to live action here at the Baby Dome. Prairie and Florida A&M here in set 4. FAMU up 16-14. Coach Cherie Lindsay telling her team, give me effort. I need 2 points right here.
Here come the Rattlers. Right down the middle. Hewitt has to chase it down. Lawson tries to play it over it, but plays it into the net.
Right now, down in the stretch, we can see physically Prairie View can win this match, but you need to be mentally tough, physically capable of being in the match, but mentally tough enough to finish the match. And that's what's going to come down to these last few points.
With a bullet.
Nyla out of front row. Unfortunately for Prairie View, Lawson up now. You're going to see FAMU exploit that. They're going to go at her hands.
Here we go back the other way. And the Panthers now with a point, and they're edging closer and closer. I didn't write it. That was sent to me. Walker on the line now for Prairie View A&M. And that one's out of bounds. And the Panthers have tied it up. Here in the next center.
Nyla Walker, big time defensively, being disciplined, getting to the sideline so she would know that that ball was out wide on her right side.
Jacobs, Herrera, Brooklyn Watts. Chased down by the Panthers. Owens keeps it in play. Here comes Brooklyn Watts off the left side.
Henderson telling her teammates, my bad, she did not get over there. And if the middle doesn't get over there for Brooklyn Watts, the ball is going down.
It's going down, absolutely. And she has been doing a great job of defending Brooklyn Watts on that cross shot. Getting over to the side, kind of like well, I'm not going to even say it. I would have called it a backward slide, and into the net goes Florida A&M to tie it up at 18. Hewitt. Hewitt. Hudson. Play. Oh, man. Henderson over, and it just rolls over, hit the ground. Yeah, that one hit the ground. And
that's an immediate challenge for Coach Cherie Lindsay.
Look, so she ran over there so fast. She works out every day. I know she still got some speed, but, man, she got over there quick. Well, here comes the replay. And hits the net, hits the ground. Didn't make it. Oh, that's close. Yes or no? Stop giving me that I'm going to stab you smile.
Which looks
one?
like.
Oh, it looks like it bounced.
It's going to be close. It looks like it hit the floor.
Hit the floor first, yeah. Golly gee, look how close that is. Man, look at man, James Crenshaw, you're amazing. Look at this. Oh, what an angle. Hey, man, what an angle. The Panthers get it. Yeah. Wow.
Coach Cherie wins her challenge back.
Does that tied at 18 or do the Panthers go up? All right, we're tied at 18. Lawson on the line for the Panthers. Lawson into the net. That's okay, 19-18. Florida has something to say about that. Brooklyn Watts. On the line for Prairie View A&M. Here it comes to out of bounds.
You're seeing some nerves right here. Mentally, you have to find the court when you go back to serve when the game is this tight.
Charles, in this situation, who do you hold favor to? We're tied at 19. What momentum has shifted where?
I think momentum is sitting right here beside me. They're trying to figure out which side to go of the net to go on.
What side are you on? Here we go, folks. A chase down by Herrera.
Missed
Jacobs
opportunity by the
sends it up.
Panthers.
Hudson now back over to Emerald Jacobs. Now have the Panthers with an opportunity. Atkinson in the middle. Here comes Emerald Jacobs, wants it. Kylie Owens with the attack. Right side. Jacobs gets it, moved, and a good rally there by the Panthers. And that one's out of bounds.
Well, I tell you what, the Panther faithful have awakened.
Henderson on the line, and Florida A&M wants a timeout. Woo! I feel like Nelly. It's getting hot in here. Stick around, folks. 2019 to score. We'll be back with more of this tremendously exciting volleyball match here in Prairie View, Texas. We'll be back right here on the SWAC Digital Network.
And welcome back here to the Baby Dome. Florida A&M and Prairie View here in set 4. Prairie View up 20-19. I tell you what, it is getting exciting. The intensity is ratcheted up.
I am exercising great restraint. Here comes the Panthers. Henderson on the line. Boy, it's quiet as a mouse in here. Henderson, into the net. And that will tie it up at 20.
Having watched Henderson serve quite a bit this season and in this tournament, that was not her serve.
It wasn't.
Maybe the nerves getting to her. She is a freshman. This moment is humongous.
Turner on the line for FAMU, 20-20. Might as well say 0-0. We're going to 5. Owens right in the middle.
Tamika, you mentioned the freshman nerves. Do you target the freshmen?
Absolutely. That would be a tactic of mine, especially in serve
You're going
receive.
right at the freshman, huh?
I would serve right at them, or if their front row serve their half of the court in hopes that their setter would set them and just put the pressure there.
Only one freshman on the floor for the Panthers. Well, 2. Hewitt and
Coach
Ninos.
Coach Yilmaz very upset with the up ref. He thought that he saw a double contact. He's got to move on.
Herrera.
Keep his team focused.
Emerald Jacobs hits the line. 21-20. Here comes Herrera.
Out of system pass.
Herrera, right side Emerald Jacobs. It's out of bounds. Owens, Herrera. Owens tries to chase it down. Great defense by the Panthers. Here comes Herrera again. Right down in the middle. And FAMU ties it up. Boy, this is worth the price of the ticket. Folks, if you're watching on the SWAC Digital Network and you went home after the Prairie View game, shame on you, because you are missing a good one.
Charles, I got a chance to watch the roundup where the East came to meet the West. Almost every match went 5, so I knew this was possible for the SWAC tournament.
Hudson across to Owens. Here comes the set. Walker with the attacking kill.
We have Prairie View's AD Golf behind us, and he is yelling, "Let's go." He is screaming. He's locked in, full of energy, wanting these Panthers to pull this off.
Ninos on the line for Prairie View and him. 23-22, the Panthers up by 1. Here comes Jacobs in the middle. They have to chase it down. Walker gets it across. Here comes the Rattlers.
Wow.
And wow.
What a rally.
The Panthers really was scrambling there to get back to the middle. And man, the Rattlers finding the hole in the defense to tie it at 23. You got to win by 2. Deuces, baby.
Saw opening. The middle was hustling, but just a step too slow to close that block.
Owens, the sit. Right in the middle. The Panthers go up by 1.
Taking a deep breath, realizing the magnitude of that kill and of this moment.
Walker puts it up. Are we going to 15? Here we go. Right side, set point for the Panthers. Here comes Hewitt. Good dig, Herrera. Sending it over. And the Panthers take it to 5.
This is electric.
Well, we're going to 15 here. Set 5 on tap. Stay tuned, folks. We'll be back with set 5 and an exhilarating finish here in the semifinals. This is the Southwestern Athletic Conference Digital Network.
Welcome back to the SWAC Digital's presentation of the 2023 SWAC Volleyball Championship semifinal. Florida A&M and Prairie View A&M. And the Panthers have tied this up 2 sets apiece, and the Baby Dome is alive.
Prairie View trying to get a reverse sweep, just like yesterday, down 2, then waking up. And the arena is mostly purple, so they certainly have the home court advantage here.
Set 5, 15. 7 on one side, 7 on the other. Or 8 on one side and then 7 on the other, right?
At point 8, we're gonna switch. They're gonna switch sides. I'm not playing, so I probably should stop.
Well,
saying
maybe we should switch seats. How about that? Here come Florida A&M. The Panthers draw first blood. 1-0. Lawson on the line for Prairie View A&M. Here comes the serve right across the middle. Gets it into the hands of Brooklyn Watts. Here comes Emerald Jacobs. And now we're tied at 1. This is going to go point for point until we get to deuces. Checking in for Florida A&M, Ayani Sanford, the freshman from Fort Walton.
Both of these teams have each other's numbers. You cannot relax. And then when you're not in the right spot, got to go make a volleyball play.
Lawson to Kylie Owens, and FAMU goes up 1.
Speaking of having their number, FAMU seen Kylie Owens run that play time and time again. She's the only player on this side that commands that triple block, and they were just there and stopped on that one.
What a finish by Prairie View A&M going up against the Southwestern Athletic Conference defending champion. Atkinson just couldn't get there in time. They're in good shape. I think they just need to calm down a little bit. The libero right now on the court, Owens or someone needs to be a leader on the court. If you watch Florida A&M, Hudson is the coach on the court. We need one here.
Yes, Prairie View is great about celebrating, but in between plays, in between whistles, don't hear a lot of talking.
Timeout. Florida A&M goes up 4-1 after 3. Well, does
no timeout
Lindsay
right here.
have any timeouts? Lindsay has 1 timeout or 2.
You get 2 timeouts each set.
So she hasn't used any. Okay.
Remember the challenge rule. Both teams have earned an additional challenge.
And Atkins with the light attack closes the gap to 2.
FAMU pull back on their heels, expecting a hard-driven ball. Atkins just drops it in there. Maybe a misfire more than something she tried to do strategically.
Well, we're just going to let her have it. How about that? Here comes Herrera. Here comes Ebony.
Missed opportunity by FAMU. Prairie View can capitalize here.
And the Prairie View Panthers get the point. Emerald Jacobs, I slipped. I said Ebony. I meant Emerald Jacobs with the attack there on the right side. And now Owens back on the line.
Those nerves that we talk about, Kylie Owens serving. I don't believe the ref had beckoned for her to serve, but that's something you'll see late in the match because this moment is huge. Remember, Prairie View did not make the tournament last year, which was her freshman year. So this is her first college conference tournament.
In the net, Walker and Florida A&M will get it.
Cherie Lindsay asking, can she challenge that call?
We call Walker there and she wants a challenge. (5-3) here in set 5. Jacobs. Here comes Hewitt. Hudson. Right side over down to Brooklyn Watts. Shaking it up is Walker. Great block by Florida A&M. Hudson sitting back up. Brooklyn Walker in the back row now to Kylie Owens. Here come the Panthers. Nia Walker. Hudson keeps it alive. Williams puts it in. Here comes Walker. It's out of bounds. And a challenge card. And
Coach Lindsay going to challenge.
Yeah, she wants a challenge. I'm waiting on a replay. Here we go. Here comes the attack from Walker.
Yeah.
That was in. Oh, on the line. Hit the line, actually. Looks like it. Here it is. Slow it up. Hit the line. We're in. Well, a pretty good crowd here for a semifinal game after a football game, Charles, on any campus.
No doubt about it, Charles. I tell you what, it is electric in here.
So nostalgic for me. The last time Prairie View won the tournament, I was a junior in college, and on that team, we won it right here in front of a home crowd.
And the Panthers win the challenge. We knew it. 5-4, the Panthers within one. Here comes Henderson. The Rattlers, cool, calm, and collected over there. Not seem to be rattled, no pun intended, at all. Ninos on the line for the Panthers. Skips the net. Herrera gets it down, and Emerald Jacobs again.
Prairie View's got to stay disciplined. The blockers have got to maintain that space just enough that they can go over and press, come down, and not be in the net.
Hudson on the line. Ninos, Lawson, Henderson. (7-4).
Thornton meeting her up at the net at the peak of her jump. That's a huge block. Check that, Kalia Todd. No, that's a 22. I was correct, Thornton.
You're right. Don't second guess yourself. Great dig that time by Herrera. Here come the Panthers. Lawson lofts it over. Hudson. Over now, Herrera. Here comes Brooklyn Watts. And the Rattlers go up 8-4. We'll change sides here, ladies and gentlemen, and keep it going. The Panthers 4, Florida A&M 8-7 away from the championship. Again, folks, we want to thank everyone who made this possible. I tell you, Wood Lawn Entertainment, James Crenshaw and his entire crew does a great job here for the Southwestern Athletic Conference. Media timeout. We'll take the last timeout with them. This is exciting Southwestern Athletic Conference sports on the SWAC Digital Network.
Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel. Every year, thousands of athletes disappear in clutch moments due to falling hydration levels.
Get yourself back in the game. Get yourself a Gatorade.
Rehydrate, replenish, refuel.
We are exactly what you think. We are not at all what you think. We are past, present, and future, all in one. Because the best way to honor our history is to make history. General Motors, honored to sponsor the Southwestern Athletic Conference.
And welcome back to SWAC Digital's presentation of the 2023 SWAC Volleyball Championship semifinal game here between Florida A&M and Prairie A&M. FAMU up 8-4 here in set 5. Both teams 2 sets apiece.
Hudson in the net. The Panthers now back on their side.
Brooke Hudson looking like she was going to serve short.
That was her first service error of the night. The lob from the Rattlers. Here comes Hewitt. It's out of bounds for the Rattlers.
Brooke Hudson patting her chest saying, that's me. Again, it's one of those times she plays so much of the court. Sometimes she gets sucked into the middle. She's got to get back over to the left sideline, especially when Prairie View's outside hitters are attacking.
8-6, Walker out of bounds. 9-6. The Panthers now have got to be very careful with placement, but just as you watch Florida A&M, they've been here before. They're very poised. Don't seem panicky at all. They're just like it's another walk in the park. We're going to finally get it at the end, and they're just calm, cool, and collected as Scroggins goes to the line. Ninos over to Lawson. And Janiyah Henderson with the kill. The Rattlers up 2. Hewitt goes to the line. Point. Brooklyn Watts
Bailey Henderson.
for Florida A&M.
Bailey Henderson just watching. She's got it. The ball's got to come up. She hit the floor, but she's got to hit the floor after she makes contact with the ball.
Leah Smalls with the dig to pass on over from Ninos. Herrera setting it up. Emerald Jacobs with the attack. Emerald Jacobs with the block. Hudson keeps it alive. Thornton hits the antenna. The Panthers with the point.
Each contact has got to better the ball. Thornton's got to pull that ball high and off the net so Emerald Jacobs can make a play.
10-8 the score. The Rattlers 5 away. Herrera, Jacobs. Right in the middle. And Lawson finds the hole in Florida's defense. The Rattlers smiling and another timeout. As the Rattlers coach seemed to have a smile on his face like, man, you know what? These folks might beat us here.
I tell you what, 2 championship programs trading blows. This is what you want for a semifinal match.
Oh, absolutely. It has been worth the price of the ticket. Exciting matches throughout the tournament, and this one is no less.
I talked a little bit about mental health. 2 coaches that both focus heavy on it. FAMU gets Florida State interns in the psychology department come over and talk to them. So they have a mental health program in athletics at FAMU. And then Coach Lindsay doing her dissertation on some topics similar to mental health and athletes and how to motivate them. So she is big on mental health. We've talked at length about some of the things she used at East Central. So both of these coaches have their players prepared for this moment.
And when you say prepared, you mean mentally prepared. They are ready and focused on what they have to do. And I think that's fantastic. I think if more of that happens in college sports, I think a lot more people will be successful. Lots more young people will be successful.
Yes, there's a big shift in the need and the focus on that, and it's certainly necessary.
Henderson. Brooklyn Watts. Now Jacobs finds it. Here come the Panthers, and the monster dunk, the wipe there by Milani Thornton.
Thornton taking care of that overpass.
11-9. Dominique Turner is going to go back on the line. 9-11. The Panthers are taking it to the final countdown. It's the final countdown. You know that song? Just checking. Turner gets it across. Owens with the attack.
Owens giving those blockers a difficult time, just not knowing when to jump on her. She hangs in the air a little bit, pauses, and then there's a swing. They were a little early. They'll need to make the adjustment and wait just a second to jump when Kylie hits.
The Rattlers setting it up for Herrera. There's with a signature dump, man. The Panthers sniff it out. Here comes Owens. On the lock for the Rattlers. 12-10. Isis Williams right there, 6'2". You got to get some hops up to get over her.
Kaylee Horns will need to go outside off the hands, or she'll need to go 4 around them. But trying to go line, they're there.
Herrera on the line for the Panthers, for the Rattlers, pardon me. Two service aces for Herrera. 7 total for the Rattlers, 10 total service aces in the match for Prairie View. Here comes Herrera. The set, Walker lobs it. Here comes Emerald Jacobs, pushes it in the middle. Lawson, Walker. And the Panthers are down by 1, 12-11 here in the Knicks Center. Here comes Kylie Owens.
Herrera has to make a decision sooner. Either you believe it's out and you're not playing it, or you're going to make the play.
Owens in the net. Now this is when your team leader pulls everybody in the middle and settles everybody down and keeps Owens' confidence going. Ninos.
Good in-system
Walker.
pass.
(13-12). The Panthers will not go quietly into the night. 13-12. The Panthers on the line with Ninos. Nino skips the net. And Brooklyn Watts will push the Panthers. Turner checking out. They're getting some height there on that front line. They bring in Milani Thornton, another 6'1" front row person. And the Rattlers with set point. The Panthers 13-14 for Walker. FAMU with match point here. The Panthers need 1 to tie it up. Walker gets it across. Here come the Rattlers. And that does it. Wow. The Panthers lose it on the deuce. And the Rattlers go back to the championship to defend their title. What a match. You know, exercising great restraint, I think I'm getting older. I'm growing up, Charles, as the Panthers, who played a hell of a game and a hell of a season, just can't get it done. Charles Bishop is on the way from head coach Malak Sanford. And Charles Bishop, man, what a match. The Rattlers of Florida A&M are going back to the championship.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach Gilkey, you were calm and cool as anyone over there on the bench. Your team faced their first bit of adversity. You guys fought back and were able to get the win. Talk about it.
Yeah, I want to give credit to Prairie View and their coach, Sherry. I just told my team before the match as well, she deserves to be the coach of the year. They did an amazing job. We're very lucky to be able to turn around the tide. They did a good job again involving their attackers and putting a lot of stress on us. And we didn't expect anything less. Honestly, we were surprised to be up 2-0. And I'm very glad we pulled through at the end.
You take on Coach Rose Washington and a tough Jackson State squad tomorrow. What is that going to look like with regards to a tough matchup?
Another coach, we have huge respect for Coach Rose. She set the standard for SWAC for years, and we know they're going to play really hard. They looked great earlier today. We're not expecting anything less than today.
No doubt. We'll let you celebrate with your team. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
No doubt. Florida A&M, they are the victors in the semifinal match against Prairie View A&M, and it sets up tomorrow's championship game. The Rattlers and the Tigers, they get it on here for the SWAC Volleyball Championship, Charles.
Well, Charles, this has been extremely, extremely fun. I tell you, I have so much. Oh, pardon me. I have some. Well, they're just standing right there in front of me. Pardon me. Thank you, Coach. All right. Hey, this has been tremendously fun. We're so fortunate to stand here and chat with you. I hope you can hear Tamika Newman. Coach, it's been a great game. It's been a great match. I'm going to step aside tomorrow. ESPN will take over, and I'll go and be able to be a fan for a day. I can't wait. But, man, what a great match by the Prairie View and University Panthers.
Yeah, no doubt. Tremendous match. And when you talk about both teams showing championship medal, championship grit, and then for it to come down to the end like that, if you were paying a customer, this is the type of game that you would want.
Yeah, worth the price of the ticket. My hat's off to Prairie View. Folks, if you didn't know, I'm a Panther. So, to see the program where it was last year and the previous years, to see where it came in just 1 year, I am just so enthused about what Prairie View and University will be able to do with their volleyball program. But I'm even more impressed with the Rattlers of Florida A&M, their resilience down the line, their poise. I tell you, man, they've got a great team, and they deserve to go to the championship.
Yeah, they are tremendous in terms of fighting back. They were up 2 sets. Lost that lead, but was able to fight back there in that deciding match. So tremendous way to fight back from adversity with regards to Florida A&M. You take your hats off to the players and the coaching staff.
Well, Tamika, you've done a tremendous job of teaching us volleyball, and hopefully next year we can get our team reassembled. And we can take this show on the road, baby, because it's been tremendously fun.
I'm going to give you the headsets because obviously you'll be on the call tomorrow, so you can set things up here.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ready to get out of here, Tamika Newman, a couple of Chucks and a Meek are going to say our final goodbyes here. But your full assessment of the tournament going into the final contest, the finals, it's been a lot of fun.
2 things point out. The level of play has increased, and I think it has a lot to do with the fans and the interest in volleyball, but the leaders, the coaches in the SWAC. Talk about the veterans. We talked about Coach Rose Washington. This her last hurrah. You have Coach Penny, Lucas White, who's dominated for years Alabama A&M, Rose Washington. The coaches have elevated the product, the play and the product that we see. It was evident all season with the 5-set matches. We knew leading up to this point that it was going to be tough and that whoever won was going to be battle-tested, number one, but that they truly deserved it. Coach Johan whispered in my ear that Cherie Lindsay, to him, is the coach of the year.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, he's done a great job. He's ran through the Southwestern Athletic Conference, but to come from where the program was last year, folks, to see where Cherie Lindsay has taken this program in just 1 short year is amazing. And, I mean, it's a very, very bright future on the horizon for the Prairie View and University Panthers. Our hats off to them. Our hats off to all the participants in the conference. I think they did a great job. Those top 8 teams came to fight. Just some great volleyball played here. All of the games, none of them were blowouts. So, it's been worth the price, as I've been saying all week, of the ticket, ladies and gentlemen. Before we go, I want to thank and mention Woodlawn Entertainment, James Crenshaw and his cameramen, Will Johnson, Des Rogers, and Lauren Sutton. Man, what a fantastic job. We look forward to working with you guys in the future. We want to thank all of our sponsors, Pepsi, General Motors, Cricket Wireless, Google, Prairie View A&M University, and our friends over at Academy Outdoors. Thanks for all you do for the Southwestern Athletic Conference. That's going to wrap it up for us here in the William Nix Center. Tomorrow's finals will be the Lady Tigers of Jackson State and the Florida A&M University Rattlers. For our commissioner, Dr. Charles McClellan, our assistant commissioner for athletics, Mr. Andrew Roberts. This has been Charles Porter, Charles Bishop, and the great Tamika Newman saying so long. We'll see you next time right here on exciting Southwestern Athletic Conference Sports.